I'm Megan Coleman, and I have been a stylist at Platinum & Company for about 2.5 years. I was first introduced to Redken when I was still in high school. My dad's deal was I was not allowed to get my hair colored or have it professionally done until I had my own job and I could afford to do it myself. So I said, okay, no worries, Dad, I got it. So I got my own job, and my hometown stylist that I went to for years, she had Redken color line and all of the products. So I got very familiar with Redken at a very early age. Ever since then, it has always been my go-to. I may have tried other things, but I've always went back to Redken. I am so proud of myself to be able to say that I am a Redken certified colorist, and I'm also a Redken specialist. I always knew that I wanted to go to cosmetology school. Growing up, I was always that person that was doing my friends' hair for dances and prom. They would go get their hair done somewhere else, and there would be things they didn't like about it, and they would always call me in a panic, and I would help them out, fix it however they wanted. I have always had such a passion for this industry. Whenever I graduated high school, I was in the Army. I decided that going straight to college or cosmetology school was not going to be the best thing for me right away. I wanted to get out of the small town that I lived in. So I joined the Army. I was there for about 5.5 years, and when I got out, I had about a year of time where I was kind of finding myself again, and then I finally decided to take a leap, and I went to cosmetology school. I went to Bellis Academy in Manhattan, Kansas, and I had a great education while I was there. I was scoping out Platinum & Company, which is the salon that I work at now, from day one when they came to our salon and talked about us. They talked about how they were Redken Elite, they talked about how they were Summit, and all of those things really resonated with me. I liked that there was room to grow within the industry and within the salon company, so I knew that this was the only place that I wanted to work. Once I graduated, I did get a job. I was hired on as an associate stylist. Since we are a premier Elite Summit salon, I got to experience all the benefits of being Summit and Elite. So we've had lots of in-salon training, and we get to do product knowledge, cutting, and color different things here in the salon. And we also get to go out and do education in other places as well. I am so fortunate that I get to work for a salon company that is always wanting you to grow your business personally and wanting to grow your business professionally. And so that's why I decided to go ahead and submit my Redken audition tape, because I truly do want to be a Redken artist. I am a level 4 here at Platinum & Company, and I just started with my own associate about 2 months ago. So I am so excited to help her grow, help her learn better and earn better, and I cannot wait to see the success that she has here in the salon and sharing my knowledge of Redken with her. I want to be a part of the Redken Artist Tribe for a couple of different reasons. I love all of the products that are backed by chemistry. I think that that's awesome. I love that they test the product 3,000 times before it's given to the public. So then I can for sure say, yes, I can guarantee that this product is going to work in your hair. A lot of people these days are very health conscious and environmentally conscious, and Redken doesn't test on animals, so I also think that that's another great thing. I have so much passion for educating that I feel like it just radiates through me. I never thought I would be a teacher growing up, but after going to cosmetology school and seeing my first Redken class, I knew that this is where I wanted to be. I wanted to be the person who helps shape people and mold them into better versions of themselves. I believe that knowledge is power, and I love being able to help people be better artists, help people learn how to do finishing work better, and I believe in learning better so that we can earn better as a whole industry standard to kind of raise the bar and make it better for everyone. Why Redken? I would have to say that from the moment I went to my first Redken class, I was immediately starstruck. I didn't know either of the artists. All I knew was that up there, to me, they were like royalty, and that one day I wanted to be where they were. I learned so much in the class, and all it was a product knowledge class. There wasn't any design, there wasn't any hair color. All it was knowledge about the color line, the products, certain tools that Redken has, and I ate so much up in that class. I absolutely loved it. I was also able to go to Redken Symposium this year, and I was embarrassingly emotional at opening ceremony, and I couldn't even figure out why until later. I kind of took a step back and really thought about it, and it's because seeing all of that is like how I would envision everything in my dream world to be. It was amazing to see it and to know that I work alongside a company that does so much for the people that follow them. I just think it's absolutely amazing. I believe in all of the education that Redken puts out there, everything that they give, all the tools. I think that it's an amazing company, and that is why I really want to work for Redken. Okay, Stacey, coming back. All right, so to start out our service today, we are gonna do the pre-art treatment. We're gonna put the pre-art on first. We're gonna let that set for about 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna put hair cleansing cream on it and then go ahead and rinse the hair. Pure Art is gonna do is it's gonna help remove copper and mineral deposits as well as hair product buildup from the hair and give us a nice clean canvas to work with. I like to put my Pre-Art in a toner bottle. It just allows for easier application since the Pre-Art is really ready. I'm gonna towel dry the hair. Another great thing about doing the pre-art treatment is that it will help give us even porosity throughout the hair, so we get maximum and even lift for our end result. Okay, so I've had this sitting on our hair for about 5 minutes. Now I'm gonna use the hair cleansing cream. And I'm gonna shampoo it right into the pre-art. The pre-art has a distinct smell, which is the fruit acids that's inside of it. It's going to help strengthen the hair and also add shine. Since we're going to be doing a lightening service today, I am going to follow up her pre-art treatment with a chemistry extreme shot, part of the chemistry system. The chemistry system is a 2-part system, customizable to your hair type and texture. It's going to help give the hair exactly what it needs based off of your hair type and texture. So I'm going to do extreme. This is just going to help prepare her hair for the chemical service that we're about to do today. I'm just going to mix up 15 mils of the extreme shot. Once I have it evenly distributed, I'm going to let this sit for another 5 minutes. And then I will follow up with the 5.5 fixed phase to bring her pH levels back to normal. Go ahead and rough dry her. I'm going to use some of the Pillow Proof Express Primer, help cut down on our blow dry time and force some water out of the cuticle of the hair. It also has a heat protectant in it. And then some of Redken's One United. So today I'm going to be showing you 3 different lightening techniques. The first thing I'm going to do though is figure out exactly what Stacy's level is. She has all virgin hair from root to tip, so I just want to make sure that I know the exact level before I proceed with mixing my lightener. So Stacy's a natural level 7. The first technique I'm going to be using today is the balayage technique, and I always ask myself, what do we actually know about balayage? Well, we know that balayage is a French term and that it means sweeping motion onto the hair. There are so many different techniques for balayage, but today I'm going to be doing a lot of V-sectioning and making sure that I get good points of light so that we can see the highs and lows of the dimension in her hair. We want her to feel overall lighter with still looking a little bit more on the natural side. So we don't want her to look just sun-kissed, we want her to look a little bit more beachy. So I'm also going to be incorporating some baby lights in through here. I'm going to be not pulling out my sections, but just weaving right off whatever section I'm at. And I'm going to be using a little bit lower of a developer to just kind of give it a few bumps of lift without making it too bright. And then around her face, which is also referred to as the money piece, I'm going to do some finely weaved micro highlights and have her be very bright right around her face so she can show off her new color when she wears some beautiful beach waves or big curls. We'll go ahead and head over to the color bar and I will show you what I'm going to be mixing. I'm going to go ahead and use the flash lift. This is going to be for my baby lights, and I'm going to be just using the 20 ball since I don't want to get too much lift for my baby lights, a more sun-kissed effect. Flash lift is to be mixed either 1-to-1 or 1-to-2, and since I'm going to be using it off scalp today, I'm going to mix it 1-to-2. What that means is it's going to be 1 scoop to 1 ounce of developer. I like to weigh all of my color and lightener just for more accuracy and less waste at the end. Take my 20 ball. I like to whisk my flash lift to give it that nice creamy, almost whipped consistency. Flash lift will give you, for maximum results, can give up to 8 levels of lift. It does have the B5 in the lightener for extra conditioning. Once I get a good consistency, I'm gonna set that to the side. And next I'll go ahead and mix up my freehand. Freehand is a great lightener for open air techniques. It has a hard outer shell but stays moist on the inside. So I like to use it for any type of balayage or anything that isn't going to require a lot of levels of lift because it only will lift maximum of 6 levels. I also like to use my spatula when I mix my freehand because it is so light and airy. I feel like you get a better consistency when you use the spatula and kind of whip it because it does take a few minutes to kind of take its form. Since there's no specific scoop for freehand, we just have a flash lift scoop in here, but I'm actually going to measure the lightener in grams. I'm going to do 20 grams. To 2 ounces of lightener. The mixing ratio for freehand is 1 to 1.5, and it is a very specific mixing ratio. That's why I always like to make sure that I am measuring that out. I'm going to use 40 ball so we can get maximum lift for her balayage. So the last thing I'm going to do to both of my lighteners is add our pH bonder. Our pH bonder is a bond multiplier. It's going to help maintain the integrity of the hair, allows us to lift lighter and brighter and safer without having dry, brittle, overly processed hair. So I'm gonna use 4 milliliters for both. It's always important to completely mix your lightener first and then add the pH bonder after. Section her off into 4 different quadrants. So for this first section, since it's a little bit smaller and it's right at her hairline, the V will just naturally kind of fall right there where her hairline starts. So I'm just going to take a V section, go ahead and pull that out, check my V, make sure it's even. A lot of times balayage is painting on the surface. When I get towards the end, that's when I'm going to be checking the back and making sure that there isn't any spottiness on the back side of it. I prefer to, instead of using a planchette, I prefer to use the back of my glove. I feel like it just glides better, and then I don't get a harsh line behind my balayage. So I'm going to load my brush. I like to load the brush halfway to the front, and I like to scrape the back. And I'm going to start applying in zone 1, and I'm just going to make small stroking, sweeping motions. I'm going to also be thinking about the points of light, where I want to see the lightness and the darkness fall. Another thing about freehand is that it is very much a product that needs saturation, otherwise you're going to get more inconsistent results. If it's really saturated up here but then not down here, you're going to get a lighter result in zone 1 than what you would get down here in zone 2 and 3. So now I'm going to take the back and I'm just going to lightly glide it down. I'm going to put it on the top of my hand and I'm going to saturate those ends. I'm going to lift it, check the back, blend out that line. Make sure I have good saturation at my ends. And I'm gonna let it fall. Because it has that open air technology, we don't have to worry about it getting on other pieces of the hair. I can just let it fall. So I'm going to continue to do this up until about the crown area. I'm never going to go any wider than a peace sign. So sometimes I'll take smaller peace signs, but I'll never go any wider than a true peace sign as far as my 2 fingers can extend. I'm going to take 2 smaller V sections back here. Since this is going to be more of the underneath of her hair, I want to see more of the saturation through the bottom. So I'm just going to take my points of light to be more of a checkpoint. Higher on the side, closer to the face. And then a little bit lower on the side, closer to the center. Sometimes I like to take my pinky and just blur out any lines at the top. I'm going to do one more section in through the top, and then I'm going to talk about my baby lights. As I get to the top, I'm going to start thinking about my points of light a little bit more, and I'm creating less of a depth and more of a highlight. So I'm doing more of a W instead of just a V. Still on my diagonal back, I'm going to drop out that 1-inch section. And I'm not going to pull it out and weave off of it. I am just going to weave right off the top, not worrying about what I'm getting and what I'm not getting. I'm going to be using the flash lift for this, and again that has the 20 volume. I'm going to take it right up to the top part of that, underneath that hairline. I like to load my brush similar to how I like to load my flash lift, and I'm going to start in about zone 2 and just fan down. Before I run it through the ends, I like to put a little bit of tension on her hair, and I like to create smaller points of light throughout the top. I like to balayage a little bit more up. Sometimes I like to take the back side and blend up with the back where there's less product, and just diffuse that line a little bit more. I'm going to run that product through the rest of zone 2 and zone 3, and I like for even saturation. Once I get to the end of my foil, I'm going to take the hair, pull up on it, and continue to apply the product in a downward motion. Instead of swirling the product, I like to place it. I'm going to take my foil and I like to fold in thirds. So I like to fold up, and then I like to fold up one more time, pack it from the back just so we don't have any slipping. Fold in those corners just a little bit. And then I'm going to move back into what I was doing before. So from here through the rest of the section, every other one is either it's going to be balayage, baby light, until I complete the section. Now I'm going to switch over to the other back quadrant, and I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did on this side, and I'm going to continue it on this side. Take that first section right around her hairline. Then, if she wanted a really drastic money piece, then I would foil right off the hairline. But we want it to be a little bit softer for her, so that's why I'm going to weave and leave a little bit out right around her face. I'm going to use that flash and 20 ball. Get it right up against her hairline. I like to make sure that the top of my I'm going to start again with V sectioning, and I'm going to take it pretty high this time and through the front. People always like to be brighter around their face. I might do less baby lights and through the top, but I kind of just like to feel it out and pay attention to points of light and see where I like to put certain things. So my point of putting the baby lights, especially in through the back, is that baby lights are gonna fall. When you think about where they're gonna fall more like a panel, similar to how a highlight falls, and it's gonna create more lightness on a broader area. Baby lights are great because they don't necessarily have to go all the way to the root. They're supposed to be a little bit inconsistent, and they create deeper highs and lows than just a regular weaved highlight. Still taking diagonal back sectioning. When you take a diagonal back section, when the hair falls at natural fall, it's going to fall towards the face. If I were taking diagonal forward, then the hair would naturally fall towards the back. So I'm trying to keep everything fluid throughout the entire application. Go ahead and rinse Stacy. Since we used the pH bonder, the first thing I'm going to do is get her completely rinsed out. And then we're going to tone, and then we're going to apply the pH bonder after we tone. I'm going to be toning with the Redken Shadesy Cube Gloss line, and I used equal parts of 9V, 9T, and 9NB. The recommended processing time for Shadesy Cube Gloss is 20 minutes. So once I get everything evenly distributed, I'm gonna let her process for about 20 minutes. Repair bonds that were broken during the chemical service or even during prior chemical services. So I'm shampooing with Redken's Extreme today. So I'm going to spray some of the Iron Shape 11, and this is a heat protectant that not only is going to offer heat protection, but it's also going to offer humidity resistance and a little bit of hold. So I like doing flat iron curls and flat iron waves, one because it helps smooth the hair, but two, you can really alter and do lots of different things just with the flat iron. So I'm going to do everything around her face away from her face. I'm going to clamp it and go straight down. I'm only flipping it 180 degrees, and I'm loosening up my tension towards the bottom. And here we have our beautifully blended lightening techniques with the balayage, the face frame around the front, our money piece, and then some baby lights. The products that I'm going to recommend for Stacy today are going to be our new Color Extend Bonder Kit. This is a kit that will be your shampoo, conditioner, and pre-wash for the next 2 weeks. So the first product is the pre-wash. You're gonna wet your hair, you're gonna apply it to towel dried hair for 5 minutes. Then you're gonna rinse it and follow up with shampoo and then conditioner. Again, this will be for 2 weeks, and then you'll put it away until your next color service. The reason that this is so crucial is because the first 2 weeks after any color service, the hair can be a little bit drier, or it can be in a state where you just want to add like extra moisture or extra protein. So this kit is going to help cover those bases. For regular take-home hair care products that I'm going to recommend is the Redken Extreme Shampoo and Conditioner. The Redken Extreme line is great for fortifying distressed hair. It's great after any lightening service. It's going to help seal the hair down and smooth it out and prevent breakage from happening later. And then I'm gonna also recommend the pH Bonder Post-Service Perfector. And this is gonna be done on towel dried hair before you wash. You're gonna leave it on for about 10 minutes and then you're gonna rinse it out and follow up with your regular shampoo and conditioner. And this will be for once a week. I would just like to thank you and your team and all of your associates who reviewed my video. I hope that you liked what you saw because I had a lot of fun filming this. I can't wait to hear back from you and I hope that you guys have an awesome day. And Redken loves you.